They say twins share a soul. For me and Ben, it wasn't poetry. It was biology. A heartbeat echoing in two chests. A thought forming in one mind, half finished by the other. We weren't just brothers. We were halves of a whole. Mirror images, inside and out. When the call came about the hiking accident, it wasn't grief that hit first. It was amputation. Like someone had reached into my chest and ripped out a lung. The sheer, violent wrongness of it. Ben. Gone. Impossible. The mountain took him, they said. A fall. Blizzard moved in too fast. Recovery too dangerous. Body unrecoverable. The words were clinical, sterile daggers. They spoke of closure. There was no closure. Only a yawning, silent void where my other half used to be. The weeks that followed were a blur of numb agony. The funeral was a mockery, an empty casket. How do you bury an echo? I moved through my life like a ghost haunting my own skin. His things were everywhere. His favorite mug by the sink. His jacket on the hook. His toothbrush. Each one a fresh punch. I stopped looking in mirrors. My own face, so like his, was a cruel reminder of the reflection that was gone forever. Sleep was a battleground filled with jagged rocks and howling wind. The silence in my head, where his thoughts used to hum, was deafening. Then, last night, sitting in the suffocating quiet of my apartment, the only light from the TV flickering soundlessly. The numbness was a heavy blanket. I was staring at a photo of us on my phone, grinning like idiots on some long-ago trail, arms slung over each other's shoulders. The ache was physical, a constant throb behind my ribs. Buzz. The phone vibrated on the coffee table. An unknown number. Probably spam. A bill collector. Something meaningless in the meaningless void. I almost ignored it. But the silence pressed in, too loud. A distraction, any distraction. I picked it up. Swiped. 3 words. White text on a stark black screen. No greeting. No context. Just, I'm not dead. The air vanished from my lungs. My heart didn't skip a beat. It seized. Like a fist of ice closing around it. The room tilted violently. I dropped the phone like it had burned me. It clattered onto the table, screen still glaring up at me with those impossible, monstrous words. No, 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 no. It couldn't be. It couldn't. I'd seen the reports. The search teams. The brutal, final pronouncement. Body unrecoverable. The mountain doesn't give back what it takes. Not from a fall like that. Not in those conditions. I scrambled for the phone, fingers trembling so badly I fumbled it twice. I stared at the message again. The number was unfamiliar. Area code. Mountain State. His state. Where it happened. Logic screamed. Prank. Cruel, sick prank. Mistaken number. Spam bot glitch. Anything. Anything but this. But the timing. The area code. The brutal simplicity. The sheer, terrifying Ben-ness of it. He was direct. Blunt. No frills. Just like those 3 words. A wave of nausea rolled over me. Cold sweat prickled my scalp. My reflection in the dark TV screen stared back, pale, wide-eyed, terrified. Was I losing my mind? Was the grief finally cracking me open? Hallucinating texts from a ghost? I typed back, thumbs shaking violently. Who is this? Send. I stared at the screen. Seconds stretched into an eternity. The silence in the apartment wasn't empty anymore. It was charged. Electric with dread. Waiting. Every tick of the clock on the wall was a hammer blow. My breath came in shallow, ragged gasps. The photo of us, still open on my phone beneath the message thread, grinned mockingly. Then, the 3 dots appeared. Someone was typing. My blood turned to ice water. I couldn't look away. Couldn't breathe. The dots pulsed. Lived. Mocked. A new message popped up. You know who. The simplicity was horrifying. Not, it's Ben. Not an explanation. Just, you know who. As if stating the impossible made it fact. Panic, cold and sharp, sliced through the numbness. My eyes darted to the door. Locked. Yes. The windows. Dark. Empty. But the feeling of being watched. Of him being close. Not the brother I knew. Something else. Something that crawled out of the mountain's frozen grip. Was it him? Could it be him? Had he somehow survived? Crawled out of hell? Why wait weeks? Why this cryptic horror show? Or was it someone else? Someone who knew? Someone who found his phone? Someone playing a monstrous game with my shattered mind? The phone buzzed again. I flinched so hard I nearly threw it. Another message. Don't tell anyone. The command was absolute. A cold fist closing around my throat. Tell anyone? Who would believe me? They'd think I'd cracked. They'd lock me away. But the fear, it wasn't just of being disbelieved. It was deeper. Primal. If it was him, what came back from that mountain wasn't Ben. It couldn't be. And if it wasn't him, what was it? And what did it want? I stared at the messages. I'm not dead. You know who. Don't tell anyone. The grief was gone. Obliterated. Replaced by a terror so profound it froze the marrow in my bones. The silence wasn't empty anymore. It was listening. It was breathing. And somewhere, out there in the dark, or maybe right here in the glowing screen of my phone, my twin brother, or the thing wearing his skin, was waiting.